Bye, countdown. See ya.
Well, I mean, like working out IP addresses is good content anyway. So
It is.
because people want to chime in, some of you will be like,
We
"Oh, I
we
know
would
what's
like to
wrong."
let's talk about numbers and the order we would like to put them in for stuff and things.
People love to contribute their expertise. So
What's your favorite number and shall we add it?
Look, all I have to say is one of the prongs on my fork is not right, and it is a horrible, horrible sensory event.
Oh no.
Oh,
But if you,
your world is done. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry your
but if you,
fork has a left-leaning prong that is causing you discomfort.
not, and if you look at it, it doesn't look like anything really. I mean, it's just a little off, but apparently I'm broken. Who knew? I mean, everyone. But
Everyone who talks to you.
mhm. And then some.
Whee!
You're Zora again because I haven't had time to edit anything.
Zora.
Oh no, I haven't. You know what? Who's that?
It will,
Alright.
it will be difficult for me because I have to I have to RDP to another
I have
computer.
no clue what you're referring to.
Oh. Okay, well let me start the recording. Bam. And then let
No,
me
we were
get
already doing that. I'm lost.
let me get this going. There we go. Okay.
No, the prong is wrong.
When we last left our heroes, you guys had come back to town and found out that the mayor was interested in talking to you. And you went and met with him in his office, and Zora put on a very good display of being a Mitflit whose entire tribe had been destroyed by Frangelico.
Of course.
And the horse, yes. And it was very compelling. And you actually think that the mayor got a little bit of got a little bit affected by it. But the main reason that the mayor invited you to his abode is that he needed you to investigate some things that have been going wrong with his daughter. His daughter had been becoming more infantilized. And you guys remembered his daughter because she was in the play that they threw in the Founders Festival. And you met her, and she said some really creepy and strangely prophetic things to you guys in the past. And so when you went and checked on her, you noticed that she was no longer acting like a teenager, but more like, somebody in like a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old. And her face appeared very gaunt and wiped out because evidently she hasn't been getting any sleep. She's been suffering a lot of nightmares and things like that. And then you noticed that she had some damage on her hand. And when you went and looked at it, wait, hold on just one second. I need to do that, I think.
Yeah, we became really good friends, didn't we?
Yes.
I was so sweet to her.
You did become friends with her. And you actually rolled really, really well.
Go me.
Yes, in getting her to answer your questions and things like that. And she mentioned that there was a man dressed in motley.
The motley man.
Yes, who has been her friend and has given her gifts in her dreams.
I'm creeped out. I remember being creeped out.
But you didn't detect anything magic in the room. And then
Detected magic, I believe, in the room.
Yes, you did. You did not detect any magic. No, you did not. You did, however, investigate a stuffed animal that she had been reported, one of her old stuffed animals that had been given to her by the Motley Man, and it had some kind of an object inside of it that you guys did not investigate. More looking into her hand, her withered hand, you noticed that there was some patterns of bruising on there.
Oh,
Zora took the time to write this down, thinking it might be important. And you guys left the mansion on the stipulation that you would come back that night and like watch her while she slept and to see if there was anything, more that you could do. So you guys left and you went and visited Rin to find out if she had any ideas about what was going on with this. Because Osif Menhems is not a huge fan of Rin. He tolerates her, but he kind of views her like a kook. And when you showed her the bruises that were on Doriana's hand, they looked like writing to her. And they looked like something written in a very old language. Let's see, what language was it? Hold on just 1 second.
something creepy, I bet.
It was Aklo, or a version of Aklo. And she instantly recognized it as the word Lang, which she let you know that there was a realm in the Dreamlands called Lang where horrible creatures tempted people from the Dreamlands to come into this nightmarescape, and they did bad things to them.
Oh,
But she also said that stories of the denizens of Lang are fairy tales. She's never really heard of anything happening in the real world associated with denizens of Lang. So it was very striking to her. So it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys are still in town. You need to be back for nighttime. And Osif Menhems did offer to make you dinner, and he was going to invite over some guests. And
Sounds exhausting.
most likely, yes. But the idea of a dream creature did kind of entice you, Zora. You
Indeed, it did. Yes.
were like, that sounds actually interesting. So we will move back to the Otari map. Boop, boop, boop. And I will move you guys to Rin's Wonders. Boop, boop, boop. And it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you guys have the day. Is there anything that you're interested in doing?
I would like to see if there's any way to research this now that I know the dream world. Like, maybe pour through. Probably the biggest collection of books would be the Dawnflower.
True, but also occultist kind of stuff would probably be more odd stories.
yeah, I say we
Yeah,
go
but
to Odd
they're, I
Stories.
don't know, they're off-putting.
Are they?
A little odd.
Okay, but yeah, I would probably think you're correct. From previous experience, I would probably think Odd Stories might give me the best chance to find something to look at on my own. So I would be interested in going there in the
Okay.
couple hours we have before dinner,
Right.
presumably. He seems like a I eat at 6 p.m. kind of guy.
Oh my God, did I not change my scene? I changed my scene. Oh, never mind. Okay. I had a scene on one of my things that wasn't right. Okay. So you want to go to Odd Stories and do some research.
Indeed.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
I was thinking finding some liquid courage somewhere because this night is going to be scary. But I don't know, Brond, What are you
I'm
thinking?
looking at my inventory to see
Oh yeah, inventory. I should check
what I
that.
might need. I mean, I'm kind of running low on potions and stuff and arrows, but I don't really use. I've got a designated healer.
You do. But, sometimes your healer doesn't feel like doing that, so you might ought to have some potions on you.
Oh, I do have some stuff I can sell though. Like I'm lugging around a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea too. But I would be too distracted by the current situation to think about that. So
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and have you head over to Odd Stories, Zora. Although, hold on, I have to change your name. There's a brooder on here.
you know what? I think it's better if they all don't match.
Okay. So you're going to head over to Odd Stories. As you guys are leaving Rin's Wonders and start walking around, one of the things that you notice is there appears to be a crowd of people in front of Blades for Glades. And Carmen Rajani seems to be kind of standing on a pile of bricks and
Not that
is
Uh,
campaigning.
Seriously?
Didn't he want to be the mayor or something? Or wait, he said he didn't want to be it because he's a jerk or whatever.
he's carrying a lot of burdens.
Been a while.
Yeah. So the history is that Carmen Rajani has run for mayor several times over the last few sessions. He is also one of the descendants of the Rose Guard whose defeat of Belcora helped inspire the creation of this town.
Are we supposed to give him his sword back at some point?
You do have his sword, but it was given voluntarily.
It's not really his sword, but okay.
But he is
I
running
disagree
for
on that
mayor.
point, but that's an argument we can have.
He is running for mayor, and there appears to be a lot of people in front of Blades for Glades listening to the things that he has to say.
Well, I'm going to go listen in because you know what? We might find some interesting information about this dude. I'll go do that. I don't have anything to sell. I keep a lean.
Well, while you walk over there, I mean, Brond, if you want to go and sell some things over at Blades for Glades, I'm sure Amicia is inside.
Yep. Let's do that,
Yeah,
Bron. Come on.
I'm
Let's go
inside.
listen to this crap.
See what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, listen, this might give me an excuse to blow something up.
Okay. So, I'm going to have Giuseppe go with, oops, grabbed everybody. I'm going to have Giuseppe go with Zora, and you three are going to go over to Blades for Glades and listen up for the to see what's going on with Carmen
Blow
Rajani.
it. Keep that as an option.
And possibly what?
Blow it up.
Oh, we'll blow it up.
I mean, it's always an option. Listen. Violence may never be the best option, but it is always an option. And violence solves everything. If you think violence doesn't solve a problem, you're not using enough violence.
True.
I learned that from my mommy.
Give me
She
just
was a
one
dragon.
second. Carmen Rajani and Amicia Rajani.
Now I've got to deal with like Otari, Bert, and Ernie.
So Carmen Rajani is standing out in front of Blades for Glades, and he is obviously campaigning. And basically what he's doing is he's riling the crowd up. His speech is mostly focused on how Osif Menhems has not been serving the common man, and how an owner of an industry isn't necessarily the best person to be making decisions for the town. And it seems to be resonating with the people who are watching. He's bumbling a little bit. I mean, he's not a charismatic person. And he the things he's saying seem a little overly simplistic, and he basically is, complaining about the status quo and saying it's time for a change. And the people appear to be eating it up.
Huh.
And he basically starts going into how crime has started to come on the rise lately, and how he doesn't think that that's right, and that we need to work with Lardis Longsaddle to make sure, which is ironic because that Lardis can't stand Carmen Rajani. And so anyway, it just goes on and on with the standard kind of populist bullshit you'd hear, any day of the week in any town.
I am rolling my eyes.
Johnny, are you going to walk inside and talk to Amicia?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Amicia's inside, and she is reading a book, and when you walk in, she has a look on her face, like she is really like frustrated, but then she sees you guys and she kind of smiles and she goes, "Ooh, do you have some new stories?"
Do we?
I mean,
We
you haven't
murdered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you've done a lot of things.
The whole
Murder.
the incident at the Underdark pub.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. That was
I-
fun. We got to be in a talent show and kick butt.
Yep. And Braun goes into, regaling her with the tales of the rest of the gang being amazing, and how we overcame and didn't get eaten alive in the Underdark pub.
She just is clapping her hands, and she's like, "This doesn't even sound real." She goes, "Well, I hope," she says, "I hope that the sword has been helpful. You have to tell me, you have to, I need you to do your best to try to make sure that whatever's down there, you take care of it."
Yeah, it is been by my side this entire time. I truly appreciate it.
Well, you can, let me go ahead and make this invisible. You can go ahead and call up the Blades for Glades shop if you want to. You can double click on that.
Okay.
And you should be able to sell things there if you want to. Amicia, like I said, still doesn't that story just doesn't even sound real. But she helps you sell some things. In the middle of it, you start seeing that the crowd outside is starting to disperse, and you hear Carmen trying to continue saying things like, and have you seen those hooded figures? Have you seen those people who are wandering around at night? And the a few people are still interested, but his charisma is failing at this point in time. He has failed his diplomacy check for this particular rabble-rousing session.
Rabble-rousing.
I'm sorry, I know I'm not there.
Yeah.
But tell me what we remember about the hooded figures were part of the trading consortium, we thought, right? Are we unknown? Do we still not actually know who these hooded figures are?
Yes, you do not know. But you have seen some people walking around town late at night that are kind of hooded, but the ones that you aren't sure who they're associated with. But there was wasn't someone murdered in the Crooksnook? Didn't you guys stay at the Crooksnooks one night and someone got murdered?
That is not ringing a bell for me, but
okay.
I won't swear to it. But
yeah, don't worry about it. Then
we
forget it.
Interact with the trading consortium like dynamic duo, whatever their names were.
Oh yeah, Credence and Cried. Yeah.
Yeah, Credence and Cried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
Which
Get to
I
do
still
that.
think in my
Remember
head, I
them.
keep wanting them to be related to the Hooded Figures. But I think we followed some Hooded Figures at some point, but never really got anywhere with them. Like,
Right.
we lost.
Right. So, you are, yes, you don't really know that much about the Hooded Figures. I think you had also talked to Yin Yasmera about him, and she, the Thieves Guild people did not know that much about them either. So, are you done selling over there, Brond?
I'm still working on it. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I'm just double checking. So, Carmen Rajani comes stepping inside after he chases all the people off, and he comes back in. He's like, ah. He goes, this is way harder than it looks. And he stomps over and he starts working on the at the what you call it, at the forge. And he starts banging on some metal, and then he looks over and he goes, oh, it's you.
Such a nice greeting. I've missed you.
He
Right.
he looks over and he goes, are you done with my sword yet?
Nope. Thanks.
He says, he goes, I never thought I was made for this politics stuff. He goes, I never thought that I could actually like sway the people, but if there's any time to do it, now is it. He goes, this town is a mess.
Yeah. Are you?
Why do you think it's a mess?
He says, well, we've got the dead rising from the graves. We've got a hole in the ground next door with a bunch of ghosts in it. We've got a rising crime rate. We've got we've got strangers in town that we haven't seen before. There's been some people out at the out in the lumber camps who have been disappearing. He goes, it's a mess. Carmen, Amicia starts to try to tell your story to his dad, and he goes, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And so she kind of goes back to her book and then finishes helping you sell things. Let's talk with doop. Zora over at Odd Stories. So you and Giuseppe head over to Odd Stories and meet up with Morlabent and James. And here,
Right.
I'll go ahead and add James too, because I know he makes you like him.
He's just a lot. It's
Not
the Bert
Carl.
Nerdy of a story. There's a lot of layers.
Yes, part of it. It's Carl. It's Carl and James Morlabent. That's
Carl.
Carl. So you go over and Morlabent is like, oh, welcome back. He goes, what can I help you with?
I just immediately rush up to him and show him the drawings I made. And I said, books on Lang.
He goes, Lang? He kind of scratches his head and he goes, I think I've got a book on the Dreamlands. And he goes over to a shelf and he pulls it out and shares it with you.
Okay, I grab it greedily and kind of go to a table somewhere in his little place, facing away from him and his business partner, whatever.
Yes.
And immediately start pouring through it. I'm just trying to find some information about motivations for Lang to interface with the material plane. Like, what would be the purpose here? Like, do they routinely lure people in? That's kind of the angle I'm trying to look for. Now, I do have glean contents, which lets me skim documents for information.
Yes.
It's up to you whether you think that's worth anything.
Yeah,
But
give it a-
that's what I'm doing. I'm going through the book fast as I can.
Absolutely. Feel free to give me a roll on that. Does it have some kind of a check?
I think it's going to be no. It would be whatever we think the check will be. I'd probably recall knowledge, I guess.
Okay.
Right, and then I can give myself. Well, I didn't have the bonus. Damn. Oh, hold on, 2 seconds. Let me see what the glean contents actually is supposed to give me. There may be a circumstance modifier to that. Glean contents. Quickly scanning documents and carefully discerning contents. So no, actually, I suppose when I actually have time, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like this is for me walking by and glancing over at something.
So here's what you can kind of glean about it from the book. It is considered a very mysterious place. And there's a vast sea in the Dreamlands, and on one of the edges of that sea is the Dreaming Shore, and that is the edge of Lang, and it is a very mountainous area of Lang with cold wastes and huge plateaus, and it's considered inhospitable. People don't want to go there. The Lang is known to be home to spiders, horrible Lang spiders. There are these scarlet walkers who roam the land, and you've actually kind of heard of these and associated with the old Thessalonian rune lords. They're these blood red spiders that are the size of elephants. There are some draconic beasts that live there called Shantax, and the Hounds of Tyndalos are from Lang. But you've also heard about the denizens of Lang, who are known to travel the Dreamlands in great ships and capture dreamers and take them as slaves. And then there are Lang hounds and ghouls and ghasts and all kinds of. Yeah.
I would have zeroed in about taking people as slaves. Like I don't know the time context here, but I would probably immediately upon seeing that start leafing around, seeing if I could see any relationship between Lang and the First World.
No. These are
like any portals, do they also take people from the First World? Is there a way to
well, I mean, the Lang is in the is in a demi-plane of the Dreamlands, okay? And let me double check it. I think the Dreamlands are an inner plane. It's a dimension that overlays the ethereal plane and maintains the dreamers and sleepers in the universe.
Okay.
Okay. So if people in the First World dream, they do come there.
Okay. So with that being said, any remaining time I have would be less interested in whatever's going on with the girl and more interested in, like, if you're captured as a slave in the Dreamlands, like, is there any evidence of how I would get out of there back? It would be a very obscure kind of thing, but I would kind of make a separate.
Like the documents that talk about the slavers don't talk about people coming back. As a matter of fact, there's also a hold on, what was I looking at? Hold on. That there's a place where many slaves are sacrificed in foul rituals.
No. Okay.
This
Well,
doesn't seem like a way for you to get to the
is
first
that
place.
does that consume the time before dinner, basically?
I'll say that you can probably glean most of that in a couple of hours. If you want to go do something else or research something else, you could.
Not really. I may do some sales. I may walk over and do some sales, but that's
Okay.
probably the bulk of my time before this dinner.
Okay.
I suspect is going to be a casserole.
Lovely.
Is there anything? Okay, so you're gonna go and sell stuff. Is there anything you want to do over at Blades for Glades, guys? Did you want to buy? I mean, is there anything else you need to do over there?
Nope, we're good.
I think I'm
Well,
fine.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will turn that off, and you guys are free to roam town. And I'll go ahead and put a couple of hours on the clock. It's now 4:45.
So, could I regroup with the party? Is that as soon as I could do?
I'm also ready to have that liquid courage for tonight.
You guys want to head over to the Crook's Nook?
Because we always find
yeah.
out interesting crap out in the bars. Speaking of which, liquid courage sounds great right now. I will be right back.
Okay.
Would you like any liquid courage
I
here?
have a box of liquid courage
Yes,
right
thank
Excellent.
you. Bring me some.
We can
Like
use
some?
the money.
Okay. I will head to Boston and get you some.
Well, you don't have to go that far. Just shy of Boston.
Just shy of Boston. I think I still have to fly into Logan though, right?
Oops, that's not what I meant to
Nope,
do.
nope. Providence does have its own airport, so
Oh,
That's it, really.
cool.
Wow, good for you guys. Wow.
yeah, no kidding. I know. Like,
I hope that works out.
I mean, it's not actually even in Providence, but whatever. We still claim it.
I mean, it's in Rhode Island, and honestly, Rhode Island is literally just Providence and suburbs because that's all there's space for.
45 minutes in any direction. You're some other state, so.
I actually don't have that much to sell, do I? I have to ask because it's worth a lot of money. Would I have reasonably known where the party has gone for drinks?
Yes, you guys tend to always go to the same place.
Well, after my research is done, I'm going to wander the streets, past the Farmers Guild, down whatever the hell this road is.
Okay.
To the Crook's Nook.
Yeah.
I assume it's our usual road. The Otari market is it's late afternoon. I guess I wander into the market. Is there anything unusual looking for sale here?
No. Today the gun vendor is in town, which is nice. He shows up about once every couple of weeks. There is a he had met with Kupiri before, but other than that, it's just a normal day in the Atari market. If you want to sell some things, you can there.
I want to go see my friends in the Crook's Nook.
Okay.
And walk in and say, well, she's basically dead. And I hold the Atari ring up and say, like, should we sell this? It's very valuable.
What were you trying to sell?
Otari's ring.
Oh. It is very valuable. Do you remember what it does?
As far as I understand, nobody actually knows we have this, right?
True. They know you have a Safina's ring.
I don't even know we have either of these rings.
That's because I think this was before your time. I think this was one session before your time.
I'm thinking of, hear me out. I'm thinking of pawning off Otari's ring to further our campaign of good.
And
I would do it disguised as Franz Frangelico, but I would be short.
Brands.
I mean, I wouldn't change my size. I don't think my hat can do that. So I would look like Franz Frangelico poorly trying to disguise himself.
Okay. I do want to point out, okay, that I gave you the ring of translocation, the 2 rings of translocation.
Well, we don't have the other one yet, do we? We only have Otari.
You have Asaphina's and you have Otari's.
Okay, who's carrying Asaphina's ring?
That I don't know.
Ooh, let me look. It's probably me.
Yes. Wendy has Asaphina's ring.
I'm looking.
It's under equipment.
Oh, I do. I've got it. I see it. Am I wearing it?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm wearing it.
Do you remember what those rings are?
Well, I do, yeah.
They're rings.
For some reason,
they are rings of translocation, and the 2 people who are wearing them, if they agree to it, can trade. They both have to agree to it. Can trade locations as an action.
It's very fun. We need to try that out.
Okay. Are we having this conversation in the bar?
Yes, we are. I'm like, look, I have this cool ring. Hey, you have this cool ring.
How many people are in the bar?
It's early evening. There's not that many. I have my usual.
My eyes light up and I put the ring on.
Okay.
Looking at Calliope, like it's about to go down. Like this is the turning point. Let's go.
So so Calliope, you feel a pull that says, "Do you want to trade places?"
And I say, "Okay, that sounds fabulous."
And then you suddenly trade places. Bang! Oops.
Trade places.
Now is this like a Freaky Friday trading places?
No. It is
Okay.
you physically translocate. And I do want to point out that the headbands of translocation are item level 16. Okay?
Right.
Oh no, wait. That takes you to where the other person is. Okay?
Headbands?
The headband does. These rings will let you trade places, and I feel like they're incredibly powerful if used in really terrible ways. But until I find out that they're broken, you have 3 uses of them a day.
A day. Okay, good. I was about to say, if you were going to tell me we only have
Okay,
3
so we
period,
that's
and we
revealed.
just swap spots in a bar,
Yeah.
I was going to be ticked off.
I was not. I was going to be okay with it, but so we gleaned that by using them. So now in the bar, I want to flip the ring around the body of Scoot,
Okay.
and then like clap my hands like a child at Calliope.
I have to change places with Scoot now?
Does it? I don't know if this will work or not. But this would be probably more useful if we could actually
I take another
send
sip of
Scoot
liquid
somewhere and
courage.
translocate. Does the ring fit around his
not entirely
body?
wrong either.
That does seem very powerful. I do not treat Scoot as a PC. I'm not sure
Well,
he could
you know-
use. I'm not sure he could carry a ring.
Wait, it's around his body.
I know, but his legs would wiggle and it would go off the back end like a prom dress.
I disagree. As an expert in centipedes, like this, the ring would impede a set of legs or 2 sets of legs, and the remainder would
I
not
think
do a peristalsis to force the ring off his body.
I don't know. I don't know if he's strong enough. I don't know if his back is enough to kind of hoist the
We're
ring up.
gonna
And
find out. I start ramming Scoot into the ring.
I take another sip of liquid courage.
And I put Scoot on the bar in front of the bartender and gleefully grin as I have Scoot try to walk with a ring around him.
Okay. We're gonna just roll and see whether it works this time.
Okay, I say it's fine. I will trade places with Scoot
Seems
and
like
hang out
more-
on the bar.
He seems to be able to drag the ring across the bar a little bit.
All right,
But he's
QED.
not very proficient at it.
Okay, that's fine. QED for me, baby. Try to swap with him.
All right,
Does
I'm
Goliath
agreeing to
feel
swap.
anything?
Do I feel anything?
Let
I don't know.
me see if Scoot feels like trading places. Scoot is apathetic about it.
I'm gonna have to kill him. He's my god. I knew this day would come.
Let me. Okay, I'll do one more roll to see if he gets away with it.
Oh,
Okay, yes, you guys successfully trade places.
I am
You are now
on the
standing
bar.
on the bar, and
I take tips.
and Scoot Scoot is in the middle. Not you. Hold on.
Well, right. It's like Coyote Ugly suddenly.
And then, yeah, character folder. And then Scoot, meanwhile, is over next to Giuseppe on the floor.
Okay, amazing. I clap
Okay.
and remove these. I walk over and remove the ring from Scoots. Okay, fine. I won't sell the ring.
Hey, Brond, will you turn off your lantern or whatever that is? It's super bright.
What? I like it. Are the other patrons put off by this?
It's just, I like, as a spectator sport, everything being this washed out, it feels a little, you know. Anyway, is there anything else that you would like to do with the rings today?
No,
I don't want to do
I
anything
think
else
we've
with the
done some
ring.
good
wanna get off the
science
bar.
today. Good, reliable science that will help us.
Yes. You have learned something new.
Can I when I was in the market, could I have sold my rare silver pieces without a need for a big conversation about them, or would that
Yes.
have raised?
No,
Okay.
that's fine. You could
Okay.
sell those. I mean, Rin might have been somebody you really wanted to sell those to because she has all the weird stuff.
Oh.
She does collect the weird. She's fabulous. She's one of my faves.
Okay,
Her
hold
dad's
on.
a lot though. Her dad's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to him for now. I haven't
Okay.
thought about it.
Okay.
All right, good. So
Have
I'm
another sip of liquid courage.
Okay. You
I'm
guys-
happy in the bar until we need to go to dinner.
Is anything else going on in the bar? I'm looking around like going,
It's not too much is going on. This is it's early or late afternoon. People are still, getting off work and heading back to town. There's a few people in the bar. It's nothing all that fancy.
I asked the bartender if there's been any news lately, anything that we can help with, because we're the cool kids.
Yeah.
They like us. So I have another sip of liquid courage, and I talked to the barkeep and I said, hey man, what's been going on? Anything we need to know about? Anything we need help with?
She goes, hey, you remember that guy that you dragged out into the middle of the ocean and you almost got killed by pirates?
Yeah, that was fun.
She goes, Ian Esmera says, that guy actually ended up making a report to the Absalom authorities, and that Knoll pirate captain got captured. And that guy had evidently been raiding the wood shipments coming out of Otari. And so our wood shipments have been really improving since that pirate got apprehended.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
Okay, awesome.
She looks at you. She goes, "No, he was pretty clear that you were under the decks."
Was he now?
She was looking at Zora.
Okay, see,
You're-
I thought
that's
you were
it.
talking to me. I was
Which
like,
is exactly what a pirate would say.
She goes, that was, we had been suffering some pretty significant economic damage here in town. 2 of the lumber companies have been getting hit really hard.
Well, you've already experienced our ability to play 5D chess. But taking down that first pirate captain.
Yes. She cackled. She goes, yes, I can see you planned this all along.
I smile at her.
She goes, other than that, things have been a little grim. People are locking their doors more at night. Fewer people are coming out. A lot more people are carrying lanterns when they walk around. She goes, there's been a lot of angst about what's going on up at the tower. She goes, what's been going on up at the lighthouse?
More than I care to talk about right now. It has been a lot, but fun things have happened too. We got to be at a subterranean bar that we didn't know existed, and we were thrust into a talent show and kicked butt. So, fun stuff happens too.
She cackles.
Don't always believe your Otari media. There's a thriving community under that lighthouse.
There really is.
The tourist industry sucks, but
she's a little baffled. She goes, a bar? There was a bar down there? She goes, who was frequenting the place?
Lots of randos, but also, some cool kids, but those were us. We were the cool kids.
Who's got two thumbs and won the battle? Us.
I try to look serious and say people from below. The Underdark, or whatever it's
yes. The
From the
Darklands.
upside down.
The Darklands. People
yes.
from the Darklands. It's connected to everything. It's still alive after a certain point. The only bloodshed that's really been happening inside that lighthouse has been that infernal horse and his master who have been coming in and slaughtering people and coming back to the town and trying to seed fear.
She kind of looks at you and she goes, you're talking about Franz Frangelico, aren't you?
Oh,
I say it's not a laughing matter to me, and I look as serious as I can.
I am looking at her with mirth in my eyes, and I'm like, oh yeah, he is.
She goes, Franz is full of bluster. She goes, but he's not a bad egg. He's not a bad egg.
He acts like a bad egg many times.
I think if you pop that tick, you'll find it's full of blood. The blood of Nitflits that were our friends.
Blood of Nitflits. Oh, the Nitflits.
I need you to make a diplomacy check to try to convince her that she should increase her empathy.
Well, let's not forget that I'm not speaking a lie.
No, this is a diplomacy check. You are attempting to influence her opinion of Franz Frangelico.
Right, I don't disagree, but I'm also not trying to deceive. Yeah, so stand by.
We are of the standing.
Oh my God, I can't use the mouse. Okay.
This is on a laptop.
Mice are hard.
But
okay, you do not sway her opinion on Franz Frangelico, but she does listen to you.
that's okay. I'm used to this situation in real life. It's fine.
I'm used to this situation.
Used to people listening to me and not believing me. I understand.
Literally watched Mitflit friends. I held their bodies as blood was oozing out of them. I tastefully masqueraded as one to garner sympathy for the cause. So whatever.
Wait, is that what you were doing? I thought you were just trying to get a public indecency charge.
The best part about this whole story is he didn't give a shit about them until they were dead.
I didn't give a shit about it until that horse killed them.
It's not even them, it's just the horse. It's not even Franz, it's just the horse.
I keep reading about Franz. Yeah, he was probably involved too.
Okay, it is about 6 o'clock. You guys can spend, another about 30 minutes, but then you need to head on up to the mansion to get dinner.
I'm finishing my glass and toasting the barkeep, saying, "We prefer this bar. This is home. Thank you for being home."
And she says, "I appreciate it." She goes, "I care a lot about this town, and I don't know what we would do if you guys weren't here."
I give her 2 gold.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm deducting it right now.
Okay. I'll give you, next time you do any kind of a diplomacy check with her, I'll give you some kind of a bonus.
You should have paid her first.
That is.
That's fine. It takes three visits to the bars.
Yeah. Okay.
Visit 1. Big tip.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and take you guys back to Menhem's Manor.
Cool.
And I'm going to... Hold on just a second. I'm going to move your pieces in a way that doesn't expose map you haven't seen yet.
Ooh, nifty.
I'm going to say this. I have a map of the manor, but I am not very happy with it. It is whoever designed this made some very weird choices, and I am not convinced that they were for the better. Some of the stuff we will be using the physical locations, but like the view of the tiles and things like that is not good. So it's like this room is here, but the way it looks and is decorated, that is not the way it is. So I'm gonna take you guys to, hold on just one moment. Damn it. I've changed the behavior of how some of my tokens move about when I select them, what they do.
Oh,
And I am not happy.
pardon
about
me. Your mother is calling.
it. Okay. I'm gonna have one
Always.
more. Wait, where did the other one go? Where's Giuseppe? Giuseppe should be here. If I put you on the same space, yes, I have. Okay. And then let's do this. I'm gonna bring. Sorry, I'm setting a stage.
While you're working on that,
Yes.
I'm in a hotel room with my flashlight, that I use for work, that also has a UV light on it.
Yes.
Always a very
Please don't
prevalent.
do this.
Oh no. Oh no.
As the couch behind me looks like somebody has sprayed it with a car wash sprayer.
Oh dear God.
What?
I will put it in Discord later.
I mean, would you like to feel better about that or worse?
No, no, neither. I have a
Neither.
feeling that neither is going to be better. It's going to both be bad in different ways.
No, not really. A lot of the spray cleaners that they use on those things are also UV reactive.
I can believe that because otherwise somebody
that is
died
all.
from
That is not.
dehydration.
Yeah, as I say, that is not all entirely,
Yeah.
demon.
You would have died from dehydration in 24 hours.
But some of it almost certainly is.
Okay. I have realized that I do not have a token for Reb Churtle, who is coming to dinner with you. So I will not be. His piece on the board will be played by Carl Mortelbit.
Carl.
Okay, so I'm activating the manor.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Yes. No. That sounded good.
I hope everything is okay.
Everything is fine. Tornadoes are coming.
Yeah, I figured that would be the end of the session if it were something serious.
Nope. Tornadoes are coming.
Yeah. We've got a lot of bad storms coming this weekend.
Well, I hope everybody's okay by the end of it.
Yep. Okay, so you guys get escorted into the mansion and taken to the dining room. And in the dining room, you notice that already Osif Menhem's, Amalora Inkelholtz, and Reb Churtle are sitting at the table. And they all stand as you come in. And you guys walk in and sit down at the table. And we have good old Ichabod Shokes, like helping get you guys situated. If you don't put your napkin on your lap, he reaches out and grabs it and lays it across your lap as you sit. And you guys sit down for what is apparently going to be a very nice dinner with the owners of all three of the lumber companies here in town sitting at the table with you.
Wow. That's fun.
I feel like I've seen this before somewhere recently.
You have?
Yeah, didn't they do this in Washington, D.C. not too long ago?
Oh. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so...
Luigi.
So...
Yeah, right?
Alamora, like, doing a quick scan of the room, Osif looks to be his normal fastidious self. Alamora, who the first time you met her during the Founders Festival seemed a lot more upbeat. She doesn't seem as generally happy. But Reb Churtle over there is, if you remember, he's the one that ran the chess game during the Founders Festival in front of his mansion, and he appears to be in a delightful mood. And when you guys come in, he laughs uproariously and he stands up. He's got some bad knees, and he stands up with his cane, and he when you guys come in, and he goes, "I cannot wait to hear the stories that you guys have to tell."
I would like wine, please.
They already have wine, and Ichabod goes over and pours everyone a glass of wine if they would like one.
Excellent. I might have stories in a couple of minutes.
And it is a very good glass of wine, by the way.
Ooh, is it from their stores? From their wine cellar? What year is it?
What is it? 4723, I think.
So is the bottle from 4723, or is it from 4699?
It is not
saved.
It is not very old wine. It is good wine, but it's not very old wine.
Man, wanted something special for this dinner.
It is. I mean, it's good. Some of the best wine you've ever had. It's just you're not getting, the 300-year-old bottle that they've been saving, for, the birth of the Messiah. Anyway, you guys get sat down, and Osif looks at you and says, "I hope you don't mind." He goes, "I've invited the other lumber company owners who have a financial investment in this town. They've been asking me questions about what's been going on up at the Gauntlight, and I thought it might be smart to have you guys here and have them know what's going on."
Oh God, yeah, everybody is obsessed with the Gauntlight.
You guys go there every day. Every day you go there.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
and
that's a
I'm
job.
like, but it's our job. I'm like,
And it's not even our job. We're just like the town schlubs who go and put
We
our
are.
lives on the line every
I'm like,
day
"Ah,
for their
people."
entertainment and protection.
Mhm.
However, Braun doesn't say that out loud. What Braun says is, so we were just down at the Crook Nook checking in, and
Alamora
Yeah.
chuckles and goes, "The Crook's Nook."
And
We don't
And,
discriminate based on
pointing.
social
Yeah,
class.
and yeah, they mentioned something about how all the lumber lords here in town have been being hit pretty hard by everything going on. What's going on with that? What do you can you share more of that story with us?
Alamora looks over and she goes, "Well," she goes, "to put it bluntly, we had a piracy problem."
Mm.
She goes, we had pretty steady shipments coming out of town, and we were surprised to find that our ships appeared to be being targeted by pirates after they left town. We lost a lot of money." And Reb Churtle goes, Reb kind of laughs. He goes, "I was the lucky one." He goes, "They mostly seem to hit their ships." And Osef glares at him and goes, "I lost," and he lists some crazy amount of money that I can't even begin to pretend that I know how they would talk in these numbers in this era. He goes, "I lost so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so." He goes, "And that was just on 5 shipments." He goes, we're the only independent lumber companies on this entire island, and they were targeting us."
Mm.
Is there a conglomerate of lumber companies?
He
I
goes,
thought you guys were kind of it.
he says, "No, absolutely not." He goes, we're the outliers." He says, "Most of the trade on this island of Kortos is handled by the Kortos Consortium." He says, "We've managed to hold on to this area primarily because of my ancestors' investment in the Giant's Wheel and in the Flume." He says, when
A log flume, and we've been sitting here playing in the underground this whole time. That's not fair.
Right.
hold on a second. He goes, Whistle Down Cutters and Churtle Timber started
Good
in
old
this
Churtle.
area shortly after my ancestors built the Flume, and they came and made deals with my ancestor about trying to make Otari profitable. He goes, "Before the Flume was built, we couldn't get there was no constructive way to get the lumber out to the ocean to be shipped out. The lumber did not travel well down the river that goes through town." And then he says, "But since that time, the Kortos Consortium has largely dominates almost all of the trade on the island, and they have been very frustrated that they do not have control over the lumber industry in this area."
I stand in my chair and take my glass up and a fork, and I start tapping it like to interrupt the conversation.
Okay. Dink, 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 dink.
Braun's eyes widen because he's excited. He's excited to see where this
And
is
I,
going to go.
I just start to grin again, creepily.
Start chugging out of my glass.
Make the extra effort to desaturate my skin a little bit.
Yeah.
And
drank more than
say,
average.
"You are fighting the wrong enemies when you should be helping her out. We've been beneath that beautiful, giant, protective weapon. We're clearing it out. We know what it can do. It can raise floods. It can bring back the dead. It's all powerful. It is the beacon you need to rule Otari and this entire island. The power is unimaginable. You need to be helping us harness it, not be fearing it. We're understanding it more every day. Every enemy of yours will be beneath the waves in a mere instant.
He goes, so you're saying we should take the ring to Gondor?
I was gonna say, like,
I don't know what any of that means.
I want to do a timeout here.
We've seen one real life event and a diorama that leads me to believe all of this is true. Everything else is falling into place.
I am continuing. to drink
John, as a person and not a current character, wants to do a timeout here. So, are we officially going evil? Is that what's happening here? Are we just harnessing the power and bringing the town with us?
It's not evil. It's the wielder of it. What you do with the power. We've seen what the Gauntlight can do. There's a reason it was built. Maybe there's a reason your past are here. Maybe this is your destiny. Maybe harnessing that tower is the way to redeeming your families and redeeming this city.
Okay. Let's see that diplomacy check, Zora.
All right.
Let's see that diplomacy check.
I'm drinking more liquid.
I don't think logic requires a diplomacy check.
Oh no, it
the
definitely
party
does.
sit there groaning and drinking as hard as we can. I don't know that that's going to help your sales pitch.
Well,
Okay.
Bron's not drinking
Oh,
anymore
God, it's
because
a
he's
horrible-
wondering if he's going to be
horrible
able to get us out of
diplomacy.
here.
So that doesn't work.
I will,
But you everybody give me a sense motive check.
I'm just
sense
saying what
motive.
you're all
Okay, I have to
thinking.
find that. Hold on. Oh, there it is.
Everybody give me a blind sense motive.
Blind GM roll.
Yeah.
Here you go. Enjoy. I'm the best in the party at this.
I hope in joining
If I roll well.
between the terrorists now.
Where did I put that?
You.
I feel really bad for 437. Room 437. Hope you're enjoying this.
Oh my god.
Where did I put that sense motive thingy at? I know it's around here somewhere.
Yeah, just go to your basic action macros.
There he is. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. There she blows.
Come on, baby. Good.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at sensing motives.
So Thundercleese, you think that Zora is being quite effective in convincing them.
Of course.
Zora, were you gonna do a sense motive check?
Oh,
I must
sorry.
have not
I
rolled
didn't know I
well.
was.
Did you get mine?
I did. I see yours.
Okay. Patiently
I just
waiting
was
over
covering
here.
the critical failure first.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was lecturing. Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing well.
Okay, I did
Waving my
one.
wine glass behind me and slamming the thing.
So
Next time the waiter comes by, just leave the bottle.
Calliope, there's a lot of subtext in the room. Osef is, the more that this request to use the Gauntlight is being echoed, Osef seems to be getting more and more irritated by it. Alamora Inkelholtz is absolutely disinterested, and Reb Turtle gets kind of a grin in his eye, and it seems like he is thinking about what Zora is saying.
Okay, so we have called out the evil people in the room. Awesome.
Well,
Yeah, capitalists.
I sit back down after that.
Or yeah, capitalists. Yeah.
And just say,
Sometimes
just
it's the same
remember,
thing.
Wait, hold on. What were you saying, Zora?
Who up?
You.
I sit back down after do the check, and I say, well, just remember, we're unlocking that power, and power like that will be wielded. It will not be ignored. You have to decide if it's going to be you.
The three of them kind of look at each other with a knowing look. And they turn back to you and they go, well, that's really something that we want to ask you about. You've talked a lot about a lot of things that are happening there. And Osif looks at you meaningfully and says, and you've told me how I have instigated bad things there. So let's figure out as a group, what is the future there and what are we looking at? He says, they say you've spent days there and you've come back with relics and stories that defy belief. What are you doing?
Finding out shit.
Taking the time. We're taking the time and the
I
effort
say-
to get to the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
I say we found where it connects. We know they're alive. We have found ancient undead still studying it. It's only a matter of time before we control it. Name us a miracle and let us perform it, and then believe us.
Ron's like,
We will sink your enemies to the bottom of the sea.
Can't even.
Did I mention we'd been drinking before we got here? You might want to just come on, Ziggy, like, reel it in there, buddy.
So Alamora she just takes a deep sip of her wine and she goes, through your actions, you definitely helped uncover the pirates that were harming our businesses.
You're welcome.
She goes,
we were there. Remember that?
She goes, that's, those were our enemies. And it was Absalom that took care of that. She says, but then Osif says, we're less interested in destroying our enemies as we are making sure that ancient enemies aren't trying to destroy us. And you have expressed that you believe Belcora Haravex is back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually.
I just air quote his back as he says it.
Okay.
And say, or never left.
Also
and
true.
then Reb kind of looks over and he goes, look, things were pretty quiet till you got here. She goes, then he goes, then there was a dragon and a bunch of graves opened up. He goes, and then pirates and all. He goes, the things that have been happening since you've gotten here, a little more exciting than the blood around here would want. He kind of wiggles his shoulders. He goes, I'm an old man. He goes, I'm not interested in having to deal with a lot of these problems. Where are they coming from?
Well, first off, I'm sorry you're old. The things that have happened since we got here pale in comparison.
Wow.
Pale in comparison to the things that would happen if we had not got here.
Yeah,
There
and
would be no Otari.
Yeah.
I personally take offense that based on the way you just phrased that, it sounds like you're accusing us of creating these problems instead of dealing with them before they destroy your fine city.
And then he kind of lifts his hands up. He goes, I'm not insinuating you created them. He goes, but you have to admit, it's a little bit weird that all these things started happening when you guys started doing stuff. He goes, he goes, look, we played chess. It was great. You know, I think he played against Trick back in the day.
Yeah.
He goes, when you first got here, he goes, you were impressive. You did great things. He goes, but sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire, and this town is made of wood.
Well, you know, we can always go to another land and another town and help them.
I was gonna say,
if that's how you guys feel about it, then we can just leave well enough alone and leave.
You say the word and write the check, and we're out of here.
Yeah, I'm like y'all are kind of pissing me off.
Osif looks at you. He goes, no. He goes, please. He goes, I don't think anyone's being unclear here. We're just trying to figure this out in a way that makes more sense.
By pointing fingers?
No, he goes, nobody is pointing fingers at you other than to say, hey, weird stuff's happening around you. He goes, and weird stuff is happening around you. He goes, I heard you got away from the very pirate that was hunting our things. How did you go out there, face a pirate, run away, and none of our ships were able to?
We're that good. I have to have more liquid courage. I will be right back because I cannot believe you people. Why are we? I feel like I'm being insulted at dinner. I need liquid courage. I will be right back.
Downright attacked.
Okay, and GM sidebar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Wes, I am so sorry you have to deal with us as players.
GM sidebar. These are legitimate and fair questions. Any rational person would go, hey, yeah, that is a little weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. I'm okay with you guys being incredulous.
I don't think it's incredulous at all. I say nothing we've happened around us is incredible. I think you're confusing the incredible with the inevitable. Something is reawakening and it's going to be controlled, and you need to think heavily in the coming days about who is going to be wielding that. There is no destroying it. There is only wielding it.
Oh, no,
We
I'm
know
pretty sure
enough
we would
about
be able to
now
destroy it.
Yes.
to know that to be true.
So Alamora looks over at Osif and says, inevitability is something that we can't ignore. And she kind of cocks her head at him a little bit. And he looks at her really annoyed. And then he looks over at Reb and he says, I'm not saying that their arguments are that this point of discussion is needs to be elevated at this point in time. He says, but there is no denying that these people have helped our town repeatedly. And we need to be a little more careful about making sure that we're addressing that properly. And Reb kind of chuckles and he goes, and he kind of grins and he goes, I have never been known for my absolute tact. He says, I do not mean to insult. He goes, I am an old man and I say silly things. And Alamora looks over at him and she kind of squints at him. And then she looks at Osif and Osif kind of rolls his eyes and Alamora looks back at him and just kind of grins. So they decide to kind of take a different sort of tack with you guys.
Yeah, they know we're batshit crazy.
It's time to give the crazy bums in the street copper penny and so they go away.
We'll embrace it instead of fight back against it, because who knows what they'll do otherwise. Jesus. Man.
So
it is a series of murder hobos. I mean,
First off, on a player level, what are you talking about? We're delivering a weapon for good.
You have already learned that this is a incredibly powerful artifact that feeds on life force to raise undead.
Well, and cause from the little carefully constructed models, like do some kind of destructive death beam, raise tsunamis, cause fires.
Yeah, things that a functioning town really likes to hear happen.
As deterrent.
Slices and dices Julian fries.
I don't understand why you're arguing. I don't understand this argument at all. It's clearly a deterrent for good.
Who would they? Should they raise a tsunami? Who would they raise it against?
The conglomerate that's been fucking them.
It prevents anyone from challenging them. I don't know. This is clear as day to me. There's no bad way this could end.
I understand.
This is the largest city on the island, and they're being fucked over by some corporation.
When people know that they can't mess with your town because you can literally raise all their loved ones back to rake their eyes out and then kill them both again in a flood, like they're picking
America.
But let's say that the 1,800 person town of Otari is able to raise a significant enough undead army to fight off the people who are in Diabel, the large trading city to the west. Okay, what's going to happen with those undead then?
I don't know. Flood them, burn them to the ground. This is grade school to me, right? You burn the forest around Diabel. You raise their own loved ones up to fight them, and then bury them all in a flood, and then grip hold of the entire Isle of Cortos, and nobody will. I mean, am I crazy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, yes. It doesn't matter.
Entirely different question.
Yeah, like. However, like I feel lied to. I thought that Otari was like the capital city, largest city, like because I was bitching about this at the beginning.
Absalom.
1,800 people.
Absalom, the city next door, is the largest city in the world.
There were a lot of largest cities.
That's probably on me.
So I look at Osef and say, all we're trying to do. I know that you've spent all your life fighting to get your families to respect your family's sword, and we're delivering your family a light.
Osef nods, obviously understanding that you have an angle on this, not being convinced by your diplomacy.
I just want him to ideate it at night a while and then finally come around.
He agrees to think about what you're saying. But then he comes at another angle and he says, well, let's suppose you fail. He says, let's suppose that the things that are in the caverns underneath the Gauntlight succeed in destroying you. He goes, what are we gonna do?
Well, then your enemies haven't changed and you've stopped us.
Yeah, I was. Whoa, hold on.
Wait
You
a second.
stopped us.
He kinda
What?
squints.
No, we're here on behalf of the town. Like, sir, simmer down now. Simmer down. Like, if we fail,
I think
we're
the
dead,
answer is,
and you're in the same position that you were before we arrived.
He goes, I understand. He goes, I guess what I'm asking is, what do we need to do here in town to prepare for what may or may not come? He goes, we are able to make a lot of changes in town. The three of us controlled the large, like almost all the money in town. He says, what do we need to focus on As
Universal
Don't
health care.
Look, and all I'm
Yeah.
saying is that this has been a very unfair trade agreement, and our tariffs are going up at least 25%. And it's going to be a very good deal. And if you don't like
the best
it,
deal.
well, you can just accept being annexed by the lighthouse that we will soon be. Sorry, I'm done.
I say you should not prepare for defeat. There will be no defeat. You should prepare for victory. We need supplies. We need potions. We need armor. We need weapons. We need enemies of this city, such as that accursed Horus and his master, be ejected from this town.
There
Why
it is. I
prepare for
was wondering how long
rebellion?
it would take you to bring it back around again.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check on that.
Oh God, I need somebody else to do diplomacy. I'm not very diplomatic.
No, but
I
you
am
keep
not
talking
helping
as
you
if
in
you
this
are.
This is your
part of
mad
my
rambling
bit.
rant.
That's part of the bit. So that's what you get. I like doing it in public because it's more exciting. Oh, look at that.
So they look at each other and they nod. And they say, we will provide monetary assistance for this. And he looks over at Calliope and they say, would you be willing to come and update us periodically about what's going on?
So you like me the best? Is
At
that
this
what you're
point in
saying?
time, Ichabod Shokes comes in and serves you all a very delicious looking dinner.
Oh wow.
I figured he was in the corner, like just wringing his hands, ready to snap our necks.
I don't know, or jacking. I don't know. Like maybe he was into it. I don't know.
Several helpers come in and put plates in front of everybody. You get refills on your wine.
That's well
and,
needed, yes. Thank you.
And they look at Calliope and say, would you come and update us periodically about what's going on?
I suppose I could do that. Why are you choosing me?
Are you really gonna ask that?
I'm the most, because I'm cute.
The
The most diplomatic. I'm the nicest, which is funny because I'm really not.
You're not a kobold, a fascist, an
Hey,
anarchist.
That's racist.
Yeah, I'm
What
not
did I
going to
ever
argue. This town used to be run by kobold pirates. There's a history.
Oh, well, I wasn't here for that.
No, it was a very long time ago. It was several hundred years ago.
Well, here
Was
I
that
was
you?
about to step in and
You
help,
come
but
on.
this is how you guys are gonna act.
Well, no, he didn't say that out loud. I was
Oh.
answering Calliope as a player.
Yeah.
So it's fairly obvious, so Brond is over there indignant. For some reason, Giuseppe is absolutely silent and has been for the entire meal.
Weird. What a weird guy.
I know.
Weird guy.
So baffling. No, and then suddenly Giuseppe opens his mouth.
This is a good food.
Wait. What the?
Huzzah!
Hey, Giuseppe.
Vanity has arrived.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I was gonna say, Wes. God damn, you nailed that. I mean, darn, you nailed that.
Anyway, so they look at you, and are you willing to come back and meet with them? Calliope.
Yes, I am willing
Okay.
to come back and meet with you. And I look at my team and I'm like, y'all cool with that?
So Alamora kind of rolls her eyes and she says, fine, I'll help. Reb kind of grins a little bit and he goes, yeah, we'll take good care of you. And then Osef says, we'll send you. Osef says, okay, we're going to send vouchers to Crow's Casks, the Otari Market, and Odd Stories, and the Dawnflower Library for any resources you need at those locations. He goes, anything within reason. I expect you to, and then Reb looks over at Osef, and he says, "Oh, but why not Blades for Glades? Why not send them over there for weapons and armor?" And Osef kind of glares at him. And they agree basically to send some vouchers to these environments for you to purchase goods.
Excellent, thanks, because my armor's getting kind of chafy.
Yeah. And
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
so yeah. So they've agreed to that.
Oh my gosh! I raise my glass and say, "Amazing!" To a world where power is back in the hands in which it belongs. I toast to the table, and I pass, but I just make a lot of eye contact with Osef the whole time.
I'd like to wave over the butler for a moment.
Yeah.
Melina, I'm gonna whisper like, "Put something in his next drink. He needs to stop."
Ichabod says, "Yes, sir. That's something that I'm well known for, my poisoning abilities." And then he walks over here.
You know? Hey, wait. I need to know if I believe him or not about his poisoning abilities, because that's something that's just...
So
that was a little too deadpan. That was well delivered, Wes. I'm not sure what I know anymore.
He is not well known for this. He was lying there, but he was not necessarily lying about his competence to maybe do that thing.
Oh, okay.
He basically, you recognize that probably if he wanted to do those things, he could probably get away with it.
Okay, well, hopefully he does.
So the dinner's starting to wind down, and Osif kind of looks over at the other lumber company owners, and he says, "I really appreciate you coming and agreeing to help with these things." He goes, and I'm glad you get to meet them. He goes, "I shouldn't be the only one with that joy." Alamora cackles, and then and she kind of tosses her wine back, and she goes, "It's been an absolute pleasure," and she leaves the building. Does anyone want to do anything else at this dinner, or is it time to go to the nighttime?
Yeah. Brond finishes his meal, finishes his wine, smiles, nods, bows slightly to his host, and then walks to our next task.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we move on to the next thing?
I would also like to finish my wine.
Well, okay. That's a given. I don't assume you're going to leave before you're done.
I'm really not.
Yeah, no drink left behind.
So Reb cackles, walks over to Osif, like leans his head against Osif's to Osif's chagrin. Like Osif is not amused by this. And he goes, "I couldn't have paid enough money for this." And then he leaves. Okay. And Osif, I'm going to move you guys back to Doriana's bedroom. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on.
I grab the rest of the bottle of wine and take it with me.
Yep. Okay, so again, they have opened up one of the bedrooms next door to Doriana's room. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that room. This one. And there's a restroom next door for you to use. And then you guys go to Doriana's room as she's being put down for the night. Let me move
Right, I
the
gotta
camera here. Her mom is in there, and her two brothers are in there playing as well. The mother, once you guys get there, shuffles the two sons off to their bedrooms, and she says, "I haven't had a good night's sleep for the last 2 nights." She says, I'm going to take advantage of you being here to try to get some good sleep, but please wake me up if anything happens." And their bedroom is pointed to be down here. There we go.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
I say she's in good hands, and I extend good in hands a lot.
Okay, so it is starting to be nighttime. The sun is down. Doriana plays with you guys a little bit, in particular Calliope, and enjoys the interaction. And then
This is good.
yep. And then what's his name? Ichabod Chokes comes in and says, Mistress Doriana, it is time to sleep. And he looks over at you guys and says, "Do any of you want to sleep for the first part of the shift?"
I'll take the first part of the shift. How long are the shifts?
Well, I mean, you're looking at all night, so let's just go ahead and say 9 hours, so 3-hour shifts each. 3-3-hour shifts.
Okay, I'll take the first shift.
I'll take a second shift under a rule that we get the chamber pot in the bathroom.
I'm assuming there's one in there.
I
Oh,
mean, it's not much of a bathroom without a chamber pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a chamber pot, it's really just room.
Yeah.
That was the biggest chamber pot I've ever took a pee in.
Okay,
It may
so
have been a-
so I
may have been a
figure
tub.
that probably you guys can function off 3 hours sleep. So I assume that like 2 of you will be asleep at any given point in time in the shift, and the other 3 will be in the bedroom. Is that correct?
Fair, I think.
Okay, so
Very
who's gonna sleep first shift?
I would probably be excited to be up. I would be clamoring to be awake for first shift.
Okay. Who wants to
I'll
volunteer?
crash first.
Okay, Thundercleese is crashing first.
I figured there's gonna need to be some kaboom boom. It's gonna come later.
Yeah. Okay, and who? If he's the only one sleeping first shift, who's sleeping second shift?
I'll do second.
Okay,
I'll do third shift sleeping.
you'll do third shift. Okay, so Calliope's on third. Braun, first, second, or third? Oh, bio and drink. First, second, or third shift, do you want to sleep, Braun?
What? I'll sleep third shift. I'll stay
Okay.
awake for.
Okay, so Braun and Calliope are on third shift. And then we've got Giuseppe. Do you want to sleep first shift or second shift?
I'll sleep first shift.
Okay.
So we're actually not sleeping on those shifts, right? That's
Right. So it's a 9-hour spread. You're gonna sleep for 3 hours, either first, second, or third shift.
Oh, okay. Never
And
mind.
I
Yep.
think and then he's already offered to let you guys sleep. He's to sleep in once the morning comes. Okay, so I am taking Thundercleese and Giuseppe and moving them over to the sleep room. Boop, boop, boop. You guys are getting some sleep. Okay.
Yay.
Sleep.
I would like for you guys. So Doriana starts drifting off. And
Before I go, somebody keep an eye on that doll that had the thingy in it. I don't trust that thing.
Oh yeah, we don't have to take magic right now. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we did.
Well, I mean,
You did-
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't have it
Not
ongoing
recently.
in the night till you're up.
Do you want to do it right now before you go to bed?
Yeah, we'll give it a quick ping. We'll see what's going on.
You do not detect any magic in the room.
I could have taken it. I should have thought about that, but I don't think we slept since.
You have not slept since you
Yeah.
met with her today. No,
But I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
it's fine. Everything's fine.
Where did she have the rock doll now? The doll
It's her pet griffin, and she's got a hold of it pretty solidly.
Okay, gotcha.
So she starts drifting off, and immediately you guys notice that once she starts going to sleep, it is not pleasant sleep. She is tossing and turning. She never lets go of the doll, and she appears to be just like she's babbling, but like not in constructive ways. Like you can't really tell what she's saying. But
Bronna's gonna look at the rest of the crew here and be
Okay.
like, "Do either of you have any like calming or soothing spells? That, like maybe we can get the doll away from her." It has that thing in it that we noticed earlier, and obviously she's not having. And he's whispering all this, like,
Yeah.
She's obviously not having a good time. Like, maybe we just need to get that away from her. I still just. Based on last or earlier today, like
I have an idea. I could try to do hypnotize,
okay.
she's asleep.
because what that would mean is I don't think she has to be awake. She has to be able to. We'll see. This will be a lot of GM call.
Yeah.
But the deal with hypnotize is she becomes fascinated. And she's fascinated by this like colorful cloud I create. It's like real life, and she's it distracts you from whatever else is going on around you, giving her -2 to perception and skill checks. You can't use concentrate actions. I wonder if this would disrupt the ability of whatever it is to influence her. It's a long shot.
I will say this: hypnotize does have the visual trait. She will need to be awake and looking at it.
All right, somebody punch her. Yeah,
I think
that's-
Thunder
that's-
Please.
that's
Usually
true.
you.
I think you
That's true.
gave.
Well, I don't.
I think you gave her about a 30% chance of being murdered by you guys tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could do after a rest if we have to do a second session
Yeah.
with, but I haven't prepared spells like sleep and whatnot that might be more interesting. We could also try hypnotize before she dozes off next time. But we think she's asleep, huh?
Oh, she's definitely asleep right now. Yes.
I'm going to attempt to mage hand the doll out of her grip.
Okay. Let's do.
Or, I'm sorry, excuse me, telekinetic hand doll out of her grip.
Let's do
One or less.
Let's do some kind of a. Give me some kind of a stealth roll.
Stealth roll, huh?
Yeah.
Can
I think-
I instead make it with my spell DC?
I don't think your
Knowledge.
mage hand would have that haptic feedback to kind of let you know. I think you're
Okay,
trying to
fair.
sneak it out of her grasp.
Okay, stealth.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Ooh.
no, absolutely
Actually, you
not.
know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use the hero point I never gave myself.
Oh yeah, everybody give yourself a hero point. Okay, yeah, you managed to get it away from her.
Okay, and bring it to us.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm gonna hand it to. Does it immediately affect her sleep in any way?
Doesn't appear to.
I start carving it open with something.
Okay.
I guess with my dagger. Okay, yeah, I open it up to see if we can to try to see what's inside it. I open it up on the back, so it's a less off-putting scar, I guess.
All right, give me just 1 second to check something. Okay. So you're gonna cut it open, correct?
Correct.
Oops, need to do that. One. Let me do something first. Hold on just a second. I'm having
Technical difficulties.
yes. One. Okay, so you're cutting the doll open, correct?
Correct.
And then you are taking what's inside of it out, correct?
The heavy object that Thundercleaves and I think both detected.
Right.
And I'm just awake and sitting with her?
Yes.
I have first shift?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You manage to open up the doll, and inside is a very large ruby.
Oh.
And it is in your possession, unidentified.
Oh. So I put my ball in it.
Okay.
My ball about the same size as the ruby.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah. I Indiana Jones that into it.
Okay.
And then I possibly sew it back up slowly. That will be kind of what I'm spending on my shift doing, but I need to sew it back up with. And I don't really have a way to do that. That's a shame.
I mean, you could send for Ichabod.
I don't really want him to know I've done surgery on the doll. Does my disguise kit have a needle and thread in it?
No.
Well, she'll never notice. I kind of push the seams back together as best I can and put the doll on the bed.
Okay. Okay, you put the doll back, and she reaches over and kind of grabs it and holds it.
Oh, good. Well done, me.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and say it's second shift.
All right, I'm heading back out of the room. I tell her goodnight and sweet dreams.
Yeah. So this is
All right,
actually
what
no.
did
Second
we
shift
miss?
is Zora. Zora is the only one asleep. So you guys can come back to the room. Zora needs to go over and go to bed.
All right, what did we miss while we were taking a nap?
It's just after midnight.
Oh, I would have when I was changing shifts with Thundercleaves, I would have shown Thundercleaves the ruby that came out of the doll.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. You're gonna have to give me that.
Okay, it is definitely
fine.
magical.
Oh,
I really
okay.
think we
I
need
see
to smash
doll
it.
was blocking. Interesting. I'm gonna. Okay, I give it to Thundercleaves. I was gonna sleep with it.
Yeah, that
You can
seems
do
like a
that
good
tomorrow
idea.
night. You can do that tomorrow night. Let's see how well this goes for you.
Okay, I give it to you. You have it.
Yeah. Thunder, please get in rubies.
What? That's really weird. Okay, so you take the ruby and you go back to the room with it.
If
Correct?
you move it up, I was having trouble with that. Wes,
So what?
did you move it over technically?
Hold on just one
Okay,
second.
good. Yeah.
Do-do-do-do. right. Where did it go? It looks like it's not in your possession anymore. Hold on.
I still see, is it the unusual? I have an unusual
Oh, there it
object.
is. Yep. Hold on. Okay, I'm moving it over to Thundercleave. Bam. Okay, Thundercleave has the object. What do you want to do with that object? Are you going to go back into the room with her?
Oh, no. We're going to stay out in the hallway for a minute. There's 3
Okay.
people in there with eyes
What are
on
you going
that.
to try to do? Identify it?
Yes, I would love to do that.
Okay, I will put the
With my cool magical voodoo tingly
okay,
powers.
will you
of
give me
electricity.
will you point at it and request for it to be identified?
Yes, I believe I can do
Okay.
that.
It should be under equipment.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
And I will post the That's not right. That's not right. Go ahead and roll it,
Nope.
but that number is not correct. You do not identify the object.
Damn it! Supposed to be good at magic. What the hell?
It is magical, but it's nothing you've seen before, and you're not really sure what's going on with it.
My expertise in Arcana has failed me yet again.
Yes.
I seem to be very bad at identifying stuff. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, this actually.
I've still got a potion from like 5 sessions ago. I haven't figured out what it is
Yeah,
yet.
this was actually a crafting check. What's your Arcana?
Plus 10.
Oh. Well, that would be a success. Okay.
Oh.
So
goody.
I'm gonna go ahead and identify this thing for you.
I mean, I'm pretty good at crafting, but I'm way better at magic.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
All right.
But I'm gonna say this. Don't tell anyone the effect. That is player knowledge, not character knowledge. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you recognize that this appears tied to the plane of Len.
Oh yeah. This is some big heavy juju,
Yeah.
you guys. We're just gonna go ahead and leave it at that for the moment.
Okay. So let's go back to the bedroom, and let's talk about what's going on with the girl. The girl has been tossing and turning, and she appears to be talking in the middle of the night about a variety of things. Let's see.
Do we recognize any of what she's talking about?
You do not, but she appears to be talking to someone, and she's talking to someone fondly. It's not someone she's afraid of.
And that's why she's been tossing and turning? Or is this just currently? Is this...
You're not sure, like, her dreams are not, like, she's not sleeping well. But
Yeah.
she doesn't seem distressed by who she's talking to in her dreams. Okay? And the things that she says, you know, are kind of, you know, out of left field. You know, oh, but why would we go there? Oh, yes, I see what you see. These kinds of things.
Do you see what I
yes.
see?
After you've identified the ruby, do you want to come over to the room, Thunder, please?
Let's see here. I would like to find somewhere out of the way to stick the ruby and not bring it back in with me just yet.
Okay, well, you could leave it in this room and then come back.
I don't know, Zora's in here. yeah, we'll just leave it here while Zora's asleep.
Okay. So you know that there's some occult bullshit going on here.
Yeah.
Do you want to do
It's getting real,
some kind of an occult examination of what's going on in this room?
Or let us in on what you know.
That is a very magic ruby, you guys. We're working on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's run that detect magic and see what we're picking up in here. See if there's any kind of.
You are not detecting magic in here.
Huh.
Will you give me an occultism check?
I can give that a go. That is not a strong suit for me, though. I left that one alone.
Okay, we'll wind down in just a bit. Wendy's fuse is burnt down.
It is. I'm trying to make it to 10:30, you guys. That's
I got no bone. That's going raw, baby.
Okay.
I can, when I'm awake, I can actually do the occultism checks if I can.
Right.
But-
So you don't figure anything out. Why don't we just go ahead and move forward? But at the same time, like shortly after you get in there, she kind of sits up a little bit and she opens her eyes and she says, "They're here again." And then she lays back down.
All right, that was weird. Did anybody else think that was weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little weird, yeah.
a little bit of weird.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna walk back over and grab that ruby, and now we're gonna bring it back in the room.
Okay.
But I am not giving it back to her. That is for me now.
Yeah. No. So you go back into the room. You don't really detect any kind of a change. You don't need to do the walk.
Ruby in hand.
Yeah. You don't really have to do the walking, but you're still disturbed by what she just said. This is very different from the conversation she appeared to be having in her dreams. And it seemed almost a little more adult. Because like I said, she's been kind of regressing emotionally. And when she said that, it didn't seem like a kid saying it.
Did it sound more like how we've known her to sound in the past? Before?
Yes.
Huh. I mean, I now have theories as a player, but I have no theories as a character.
Well, it's about time for me to go to sleep. End the game.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and say that. So you guys aren't doing anything with regard to her statement.
I don't know what to do with it. It seems weird. I'm like, who's here?
Yeah, Braun kind of like grips his sword and shield and is looking around. Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, everybody give me a blind perception check.
Blind perception check.
Blind perception.
Why did the music change?
Because it ran out of the previous one.
Perfect timing.
But we'll do this one. Here we go.
I like to perceive things.
My perception check.
Giuseppe, you hear something in one of the, but it's not nearby. Now keep in mind, it's about 1 a.m. at this point in time.
What, like, is it like a bump or something?
You hear some kind of noise in the house.
I thought I rolled that.
Hey guys, I think if someone's up for a midnight snack downstairs.
Maybe let's go check that out. Someone go check out the downstairs.
Well,
Hey,
there's only one floor of this house.
Oh, then this is stairs.
Can you go check the ice box?
But you've definitely heard something. But Giuseppe's the only one that heard it.
Okay, well, he told us.
And you told them, what are you doing now?
I'm gonna go walk around the house.
You're gonna go walk around the house. Okay.
Save Giuseppe.
Anybody else?
Anybody want to go with Giuseppe?
I'm getting ready to go to bed and sleep because
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. The child does not seem like a danger.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Brond is going to stay here with the child. Like,
Yeah, that seems like a good life
everybody
choice.
is going.
Okay.
Go for a little walkie walk.
You guys
It
go
just
for a
kind of
little
seems
walk.
like we were here to.
Are we in the third section yet?
Almost. So, give me a perception check, both of you. Blind perception check.
Do I see what I see?
Giuseppe, you definitely hear something. It sounds like somebody is rummaging around in something over in this direction.
I didn't see your marker.
It should have appeared on the
was that north?
screen on one of the corners.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I done. Okay, I think little Thunderkin.
Yeah.
We got somebody rummaging to the north.
All right, let's go take a look. See. Get my magic hands ready.
Hey, someone just walked in.
Yeah, no. I had an Ichabod Shokes token out, and I wanted to remove it, and so I moved it. It's not him. He's not on the board. Okay.
I was wondering about that too. I'm like, wait, where'd he go?
Okay. So do you want to do another? Do you want to do another perception check over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perceiving things.
Okay. Giuseppe, you don't hear anything, but Thandor, you hear something to the west.
Hang on. Like in the hallway section of Matt, or more towards like west up towards
Like
Giuseppe?
this
'Cause-
direction.
Yeah. Oh, this way. I heard it this time. Let's go. Let's get in here and find some.
Okay, now,
shit.
again, I want to reiterate before you open this door, this map was designed by somebody. I don't know why they did this particular thing, but this part of the building is covered in spider webs, like it's abandoned. It is not.
Okay.
This is a functional part of the building. Do not pay attention to any of the decorations. The only thing you need to be concerned about is the layout of the room.
Okay.
Wow, the maids don't get over here anytime, you know.
Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so you guys, are you just opening the door and walking in?
Yeah.
Okay. No
We're not
stealth check.
smart. I failed to learn from the last time.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. Let me do this. Okay. You hear noises coming from in here. The second door on your right.
Let's get it. All right, Giuseppe, get the door. I got your back.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. No, close that door. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Yeah, we're just running into rooms now.
Okay. Yep. Open the door. When you open the door, you notice that this is an office of some kind. And many of the bookshelves and things have been like the books have been pulled off the shelves, the drawers are opened, documents have been pulled out, and in there you see Credence and Cried looking through the papers in Osif Benham's office. It is 10:30. Why don't we go ahead and call it a night at this point?
Sweet.
Does that sound good? Because I know that Victor needs to leave in 20 minutes. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our base screen and do Stars and Wishes.
Wow, I made it to Stars and Wishes.
You did. So why don't we
I'm-
start with you? And
Well,
then
she's
let's,
just gonna say,
let's
she's
go
gonna say
to,
the same thing she says every time. You know, her husband's this really cool guy.
yeah, that is what she says every time.
I don't know. I'm not saying that this time because I want to be different because I'm actually here.
Oh,
I
mean, I feel like you said good things though.
I did
It's true.
when you were speaking on my behalf. Thanks,
I
honey.
don't know what you're talking about. I just was saying things that Calliope would have said.
Calliope says this has been a totes interesting evening. I enjoyed my sips of liquid courage.
Mhm.
I also would like to give stars to my colleagues because we had to put up with some shit being thrown at us at the dinner.
It got weird.
It did, but I want to be thankful for my colleagues because you guys are awesome. And I know I don't like giving you heals, but begrudgingly I'm gonna do it because you are actually pretty cool dudes. And wishes. Wishes are what I want.
Yep.
I would like for this little girl to make it through this and become less of a little girl and more of an adult.
Okay.
I would like for my brain to remember more of the lore as we play this game because it just goes out and I'm like, wait, who the hell is
You
that?
can take notes. You're good at
Oh.
taking notes.
Yeah, you know what? And then it's work.
Look, I'm just telling you, it's fun when you take notes. Anyway, let's move
I'm
on.
done.
Thundercleese, Stars and Wishes.
Yeah, that dinner was something else.
Uh-oh, you went away.
You're cutting out.
Wow, that was pretty amazing. He cut out right. And the worst part is his character's still moving its mouth.
Hmm.
Um,
Really? That's actually kind of strange.
It is.
Yeah. Because I don't hear him. It sounds like nobody else does either.
Yeah.
So, huh.
That's weird. So
Wait,
we're gonna
wait,
move
yeah.
on. We're gonna move
Oh,
on to
hey.
Brond. Wait, are you back?
Okay, how's
I
that?
thought.
That's better. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know if dinner required stars or wishes. I kind of wish it had that I had been drinking in real life for that one. Well, we'll see where this goes. This is I mean, maybe we'll burn the place down. I haven't decided yet. We'll get around to that tomorrow.
I do want to mention that when we started the campaign, I did say it was a requirement to have a general interest in wanting good things to happen for the town. Okay.
I wasn't here
Yeah,
for
I
that
can't
part
remember
either.
yesterday, let alone what your general wishes for our game was. God.
I mean, it was only a year and 3 months ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. So
I love you, and I'm sorry we're monsters.
it's all right. It's all right. But I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that as long as you have a general positive interest in the town and wanting good things for the town, then I'm okay with it. I will go with the flow. Okay.
I mean, we'll get the little girl and the butler out.
Okay. Any wishes?
No, I kind of want to see where this goes.
Okay.
Maybe we burn stuff down. Maybe we don't. We'll find out.
Braun, stars and wishes.
So, I'm going to start off with my wish, and I wish that Woody's work wasn't a bunch of jackholes, and he was able to join us earlier because I love me some Woody and what he brings to the table.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
off
I've
on
got a bit of
Thursday.
a cold.
It should be but everybody's coming down with shit, man. Everybody's
Oh.
coming down.
And my stars were what is how amazing the dinner went. Like that was I was really curious how that was gonna go. And Wes, you did an amazing job rolling with Victor's insanity, and
As
I'm here
always,
for it. You did an
props.
amazing job. Thank you, sir. Always have a great time.
I've said this to the other group many times. I in general do not know what's going to happen. I had no idea where the conversation was going to go when I put those people in the room. All I knew was where they stood and what they were thinking, and then I just had them adapt to what you did. I've actually been kind of happy with my ability to do role playing lately. I feel like I'm a much better conversationalist in fictional settings than I used to be because of playing Pathfinder again. And I had a lot of fun tonight because I actually dropped a lot of incredible hints in things, and I have absolutely no confidence you picked up on any of them.
Probably not, but you know what? You had fun.
I mean, I
did.
think the butler may actually be poisoning people now, but aside from that,
I drank all the wine, so if I end up dead tomorrow, you know why.
So, Giuseppe, stars and wishes.
Stars to our diplomatic team. From what I heard,
we have a diplomatic team.
Yeah. I'll have to.
That's us.
We'll need to.
That's our flag.
Yeah, we'll play.
Diplomatic
I'll
flag.
get when I get that video uploaded. I'll let you know, Giuseppe, so you can listen to it.
and yeah, the wishes. I just wish they would stop calling me on Thursdays when
Yes.
we're actually playing. They
Yes.
don't call me on Thursdays that we're not playing.
Of course not. It's not the way it works.
But yeah, that's
By the way, I do have another game I can run on Thursdays. It's called Triangle Academy or Triangle Agency, and we can talk about it. Lastly, Zora, stars and wishes.
It's easy. Stars to the Menhem's family, once and future kings, rulers of Kortos, and their new ascendancy. Wishes, I think, is that everyone will, use power wisely. That we're gonna make Otari great again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Maga.
snap.
Maga.
I'm out.
Everybody have a good night. That was delightful. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Love ya. Mwah.